My lord, what a crazy bit of content. Gear Raid 4 Stage 6, taking me to my knees, hours of attempts, hours of fuddling, breaking everything I got, but we finally did it. Let me show you how. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper, and this is another video on Watcher of Realms. And I gotta say, we finally finished this, though I don't want to take all the credit. The first thing, in fact, I can't take any credit. The first thing I want to do is give many thanks to Stormy Z. I've subscribed to him. He's at 696 viewers. Let's get him to 1,000. Before me, I think that'd be amazing. I've already got a channel over 1,000, so this is my fun channel. Love to get it to 1,000. So if you could like, subscribe, share this with your friends, get me to 1,000, get Stormy Z to 1,000. And Stormy Z, by the way, also gave thanks to War Guides for some tips on Stage 6. So through War Guides, through Stormy Z, to my account, here it is. And this is not for the faint of heart. It is not for the free to play. This is for the, I got the champions, show me the timings. Because this is not, it is so much timings, so much so that I do not want to fight this again. I refuse to fight this again. I am running this team. Well, I refuse to fight it again without power dominance. This team is, I've got it pre-recorded, so we're going to watch it here. Now, I'll show you at the very end, I'll show you the builds of all the champions. But let's do a quick run at the top. You see we have the Esoteric team. We've got Cyrus. You can use any Lord. Stormy did it with Raiden. And you can also have the other epic Lord, Aeon. Of course, it's Aeon. Who wouldn't it be? Aeon. So we've got, you can put Aeon in there. You can use Raiden. I'm using Cyrus because I have him. It makes sense. Our main damage dealer on the bottom is going to be Comet. He is a beast, and he is doing beast-like damage. And Elwyn is going to be our healer and rage regen. She's from the bottom. And then Artemis, the new champion. We're glad we pulled him. Yes, we are. He makes this all work. He will be on the bottom as a secondary heal and secondary damage. Dolores, the final in the top row, she's going to be up top, actually, helping out. The key to this whole comp, the key to making this all work. And how does that talk? Well, we'll talk about it when we get there. But the bottom row, again, we have ourselves Isolde. She is there just, again, if you have King Hearts, use him. She's just there to give extra strength and lean extra strength to Valkyrie and to Brokir. Brokir and Regulus are going to be our bottom tanks. We're going to put down Regulus, and then we're going to put down Brokir in front of them. That's going to give the basis for those waves of 8 that come at you. It's a little touch and go. I should have probably balanced out the rages a bit, but we'll get to that when we play it. Valkyria is going to be taking care of the top, her damage up top, along with Vortex. It's going to allow us to use Valkyria with our Dolores to kill the top wave. Why don't we just press play and we'll show you what we're talking about. And the initial setup, and you want the timings done as quickly as possible. So we're going to get down Comet right away, right? We're even pausing it. We're doing the old pause and go trick. And then we want to get over to to Elwyn. We want to put Elwyn down. Now you see Elwyn's gear there. She's using the additional speed. That's going to help us kill that bottom wave. And then we're going to put down Artemis. We need to put Artemis down. Oh no, sorry. This was a mistake wave. Let's restart that. That's okay. Well, I'm not going to edit that. I'm not going to edit that out. So we put down our Comet. We put down our Elwyn. We put down our tank third. The reason why we put down our tank third is because good old Volca there is going to shoot these bolts of anger, and it's going to prioritize your tank or the last one you put down if there's no tank down. So we could have been killed if we didn't put Regulus down third. Why do we put Regulus first? Because we don't want him to ultimately tank the damage. We want him to be the secondary tank here once it comes to those bottom waves. We want Brokir. He's our stronger. He's got more HP. He's got more survival ability. So we want him in front. But this allows Regulus also to put his defense aura, his ultimate up when we need it to protect both him and Brokir. And Brokir is going to now take the damage from Volca, which he's more apt to do. They both could probably do it, but I felt a little bit safer. Now, pro tip here. You see how I haven't popped anyone's ult yet? I want to wait. As soon as I see that everyone is hitting our Brokir, so Brokir's maxed out his block, that's when I'm going to put in Regulus's ult. That's going to give him a defense boost, which is going to reduce total damage. And then the other thing is, you see this last trailing guy? You want him fully in this square before you use Artemis. And that's to make sure that you don't have any stragglers. I can't tell you how many times I rushed this, and what end up happening is one of them or two of them would survive. Once they start surviving and they're outside of the ultimate for the anti-heal, you're not going to kill them. It's game over. Also, I'm gonna rewind back here. You see what happened as soon as we're not even paying attention down here. The second we hit 5, we're gonna hit Dolores, and we're gonna put her up. Why are we doing that? Because we need their ults ready the second that they are available to finish that top row. So for you, it might not be Dolores. Maybe Dolores has a Horn of Tumult or whatever. Maybe she's got faster rage regen or faster starting regen, but you're going to want to put her, for me, I put her down first, and then you'll see as soon as I get the opportunity to, we can move forward again to where this is going. We're hitting those guys. Timing's great. As soon as we can, we're going to put him up. We're actually one cost off, but we're going to put Vortex up because we need Vortex to have his ult ready as well. Even though we haven't put down our damage dealer yet, it's more important that we get those ultimates prepped. So that's why we did it in that particular order. You see the bottom, the ults are still going away, and it's touch and go. You see how I have like 0 ult left? Look how many people are still alive. Boom, done. And now we have our Volkera up, and you see she's already there, but she has a really quick turnaround on her ult. Low cost ult, so we're going to be popping it right away. And then she's going to start moving here. Now, down here, we've got a little bit of a waiting game. So what we're going to do is we got Regulus back with his ult. That's going to help him survive. We're going to pop Elo in here for heals, and we're actually going to drop down the totem just to make sure. I don't think I needed the totem, but why worry? You know, you might as well make it happen. So the whole thing here is you got to pay attention to time. You see how my comet was not ready. So I can't actually pop my Artemis until my comet's ready. If they're not on identical cycles, you're going to leave leftovers. And I actually leave leftovers at the very end, but by then it's okay. We're not worried about it. But as you can see, we want to make sure both those ults are popping at the same time. So while we're doing our major damage, we're also blocking heal. That's very important. And you see up top here, we got to wait as well. So this is just the waiting game. It's such a crazy, the timings are almost sickening, especially on the third group. And I'll show you, this actually came down burning one. So you see at the top, we're holding. Boom, we got them. Volkera's ready, and we're going to pop everyone's ult and get everything going. We need to make sure that she's got a shield on, but as long as we've popped his ult, he's going to get around to her and put that shield on, and that didn't seem to harm us if they weren't exactly timed quite as well, as long as at some point she gets those shields, so she's getting her ult hitting on all 4 of those champions. So this one's actually a fairly easy one, as you'll see, because we've got some pretty decent timings here. We have our ults up with Artemis and Comet. So again, just like before, we're gonna hold. As soon as that 4th one is on, we're putting up that boss, and as soon as that 4th one steps behind, we're popping the 2 damage ults. Now there is a scary part, and that is the next wave. We'll talk about it. You see, meanwhile up top, you can't just sit down and rest. We're already having to watch the top here to see what happens with. See, and I paused it because I wanted to make sure I was going to get it going. We need to get her ult popping as soon as possible. We do not want to miss any ults. We cannot. The timings are so razor thin that if you miss any of those timings, it spells the end. It spells game over, as I've done many a time. Now back on the bottom, we're gonna put Brokir's ult up to help his survivability. As soon as Regulus is up, Regulus has a really good turnaround on that ult. That ult probably was the difference maker. I used Olog quite a bit. Now here's a scary part. We don't have any ults up, and we have those stupid archers coming in, and so I'm panicking. I pop his early, because I want to make sure that I can kill these guys before anyone escapes. We need death here. We need 2 of these guys to die, and we put into everyone's healing, everyone's going. He's trying to escape there. You see him right there. Bam, Artemis catches him, and that's good. Now the flip side of that is it does leave a couple of guys that that there's 2 guys with more health than everyone else because they weren't being targeted. However, we're good at this point. The top, we did the same thing. Make sure that last round, we were ready to go on that top. If we weren't able to do this, we were ready to pop one of these champions at the bottom. At this point, we don't need anyone but Brokir and Comet and Artemis. You got to watch that top, because a couple times they snuck through, and actually when I had two crystalled it, I didn't get that third crystal because someone snuck through. I was actually able to, because it was the exact same thing, except for her timings were a little off up above and they were sneaking down. But what I did is I just took everyone off the field except for the 3, and I put I put my Isolde down. I put my I put a healer on her, or I put Isolde down just to hold them up top where Valkyrie is. So when Valkyrie died, I put Isolde in her spot, and then I despawned everyone I needed to give me a backup, and it took another extra 2 minutes to get it done. And then I found out, oh gosh, I hadn't 3-starred it, so it kind of, my heart sunk to my chest. But here we are. Let's show the end of it here. Again, all we're doing, I'm just despawning everyone. I don't know what's gonna happen at this point. I'm thinking, am I gonna have a problem? But you see their ults are back up. We'll just get one more round of ults here, and we'll finish off the team. And there we go. We're gonna kill them. What a crazy, I'm telling you, I spent, don't tell my boss, I should have been doing more work today. I'm gonna have to do some work on the weekend to make up for this, because I feel bad. But I did spend, so I started at lunchtime, and we're about 4 hours in. So it's a 4-hour lunch. You know, it's all good. So there we go. Our first clear. Victory is ours. Cleared. Soul stage intact. Uploading fight data. 5 minutes, 4 seconds. We done did it. Congratulations to me. All right, let's talk about the champions I used. We did say, of course, Cyrus and Isolde are just there for the Lord bonuses, so we don't need to take a look at them. Comet. I will tell you right now, prioritize attack. If you just prioritize a balance of crit damage and attack, you might not be able to pass this. This has got very high attack needs, and I found that speed and attack actually helped us do better overall damage than simply having a host. Like, I had him at 400 crit damage, but I had him at like 14,000 attack. Not even close. So just keep that in mind. His total stats here, 20k nearly health. The big deal, of course, that 18,544 attack. We have him at 1.3 attack interval with a 494 speed. Crit capped at 267 crit damage. Also to note that he does have rage regen at 27%. Which still couldn't keep him up to our other guy. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll take a look at Valkyria here. Valkyria, look at her, 95. She is actually higher damage here than I've ever gotten my my champion Silas to, which is absolutely bonkers to me. Also, I'm very surprised because she actually did better with more crit and this base attack, even though down below, Comet couldn't seem to get done with his attack, and I think it's because she adds a vulnerability, right? If I recall. So her basic attack adds magic vulnerability, and I believe that's the difference why I can get away with the lower damage on her. So her damage in a Infernal Roar set is 13,082 with a 491 speed, giving us a 1.3 attack, 95.5 degrees on the AM dial. That's probably why I failed that one of those times, because an ill-timed miss on the crit. 383 crit damage. She's got some rage regen at 22.5 to help get back on that. Like I said, Infernal Roar, basic attack damage plus 40%. That's probably very helpful. And that is her in a realm tier, which gives us that increased damage to enemies that are beyond one tile. Obviously, we're putting those enemies at the very end of her range, which is why she's getting that ridiculous extra damage, and she can just absolutely tear apart that top level by herself. The next champion we have on our list is our Elowen. Our Elowen using a euphoric orb to give us extra speed. I thought that that would actually help Artemis and Comet, and let me tell you, before I did it, we didn't pass. Once I did it, we did, so one could argue it worked. Elowen here, she's at 73,307 power. You don't need to know that. What you need to know is 16,939 attack with a 1.7 attack interval, 390 speed, and 91 healing effect. Rage regen 45%, which was very helpful as well. And she is in an invigoration set. I think that worked putting it down on Comet. Should have probably checked that out, but I didn't. So you're just going to have to trust that it did. Next up is our Artemis. Artemis, amazing champion. Glad we finally got to take this guy out and use him, and boy did we ever. 21, 930, 93 for attack, 1.9 attack interval, 304 speed, 97 crit damage, 212, or sorry, crit rate, 212 crit damage. He even has rage regen at 18%. Now, why was he outpacing our Comet on his rage regen so much? Well, because we put him in a golden scarab. We were just trying anything to work. Interesting to note that this was better. This whole build of mine was better than when I actually gave him some heal. Apparently he doesn't need heal. Apparently heal is just a stat to make you feel better. It seems to me that I can see, and maybe I'm late to the party. Everyone else knows this, is going to call me an idiot in the comments down below, which feel free to, but please like and subscribe if you're going to call me an idiot in the comments down below. It seems like heal just reduces variance, because he was still healing well, but sometimes he'd heal less, sometimes he'd heal more. Whereas I think someone who, like my Vortex, who's sitting at 100% heal or 100 heal, is always healing the same number. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know. Maybe that has to do with that cool passive he has. By the way, he is completely skilled out. Maybe it has to do with this. I don't know. It just seemed very strange that the heal multiplier, the healing effect, didn't seem to do much other than give me less damage, which I of course needed that damage and the lockout. Of course, his other big skill that he needs is during his ultimate. That's not what it is. Where is it? Anti-healing. During the ultimate, he locks him out with anti-healing, which is absolutely bonkers good. And the fact that it's for 3 seconds, which means after his very last hit and his ult ends, you get kind of one more shot before they start healing up. And absolutely, I made use of that because it was very touch and go. Let's just put it that way. We saw his total stats. Next up on our list of champions we used, of course, Brokir. Brokir, 112, 862 HP. That's all you need to know. Everything else here is nice, but it's all about that. His defense is 7150. And of course, he's using Bastion Ring. Must have. You have to use the Bastion Ring. There's no other way around it. Or at least so long as you're using most defenders, Bastion Ring must have. There's a few that might be able to get away with it, like the new the fusion guy. There's some others that have this other blocks mechanics, but as far as how we're doing this, the base way we're doing this, yeah, he needs it. Cyrus we didn't actually use. Regulus here, let's take a look at him. Of course, Bastion Ring, though it's only a level 1, still did its job just fine. And we got him with 111 to 326 HP and 8119, and he might be wearing my best what's the better sets. I don't remember what the name of it is. What I mean by that is, where is it? This sucker right here. 27% HP and 26.5% defense bonus. Yes, please. Thank you very much. Can I send that yet? I just want to send it. It feels like it should be. Nope. We're about 187 away. And 5 of the little nuggets. Okay, well, never mind. Also, both of my defenders were in Guardian sets to reduce that damage by 15%. Next on the list. Oh, is there more? My throat's getting tired. I've been talking a lot. And I'm sure you guys are tired of listening to me. We have a couple of epics we used. Vortex we used. We put him in the Tumultuous Horn. That was just to make sure that when we put him down, his ult was ready, as we talked about during the actual event. He's at 33,565. He's at a 1.5 second attack interval with a 539 attack speed and 100% healing effect. And of course, we needed every little bit of that, and we needed that Tumultuous Horn, absolutely. Dolores didn't change her one little bit. She's in Keen Wisdom. She's in an Invigoration set that we didn't use. Maybe when we run it with the Power Dominance, we'll be able to swap the order so that we can make use of Invigoration set on Valkyria. But she's at 12,250 and 1.4 attack interval, doesn't matter. And no rage regen. Some healing effect just to keep her alive. Always a good thing. So that is the team, I believe. Did we miss anyone? No, we didn't. Okay, good. So that's the team. That's how I beat it. Again, many thanks to both war guides through Stormy Z. Pin comment down below if I remember. I'll also put it in the description, so if you don't see a pinned comment, it means I forgot, but it will be in the description of this video. Just a reminder to go subscribe to Stormy Z. He deserves it. Bless his soul for helping me vicariously through his video finish this. Also, of note, he's using Raiden, so you don't need Cyrus's big bad Lord bonus to be able to pass this. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If this was helpful to you, or if it wasn't, if I was just entertaining but this is of no help, please let me know in the comments down below. I get this is endgame. I'm not going to have an epic guide for you because I don't think it's possible. If it is, someone else is going to do that. God bless their soul. Maybe Deegs will come out of retirement and pop down a video on how to do it with only epics, but probably not. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. Please be kind, be safe. We'll see you in the next video.